Hi, my name is David. I'm going to choose a movie as my material. The movie's name is Spider-Man No Way Home. Uh, I watched it a month ago and I thought it was pretty interesting for me to introduce. Uh, Probably my favorite movie of all time. So I chose this movie. Uh, This movie is going to talk about what happens right after the last film, Spider-Man Far From Home. Um, After the deadly villain exposed Spider-Man's real identity to the public and what harm will cause to Peter and the people he loves. Spider-Man asks Doctor Strange to use magic to make the entire world uh, forget his identity, but uh, when the wizard Doctor Strange is using his magic, uh, Peter is interrupting him and cause Doctor Strange to make the spell went wrong, and the magic spell went wrong and start to pull bad guys, villains from the other world into this world, and which is the villain, which is they know who Peter's real identity people, and when they came into this world and they saw Spider-Man, of course they wanted him dead because they had a bad relationship between the previous Spider-Man in the previous films. Um, there are three parts that interest me the most. The first one is three Spider-Man's appearance in one film, and the second is the villains from the previous film, and the third one is the interactive between Doctor Strange and Spider-Man. First, I want to talk about the appearance of three Spider-Mans. I think when I first heard the news that there are going to be three Spider-Man in one film, I was completely can't believe what is going to happen, because that sounds like a dream, like a dream come true. Because my favorite superhero ever since I was a kid is Spider-Man, and but my favorite Spider-Man was the Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, and it was a 2002 movie, and in normal situation it's impossible for the actors from the previous film, especially so long ago, to come to film right now with the new actors. I mean the same character. Yeah. Spider-Man is basically my childhood, so I can see him share the big screen again with the other Spider-Man I love. Was an incredible and unforgettable moment. Second part that interests me the most is that the villains from the previous film. I think that is incredible to see that they bring the villains from the previous film, because that is a bold move, because I think that would be challenging, and because I think it's challenging is because that um, they have to ask the previous same actor to come back to this film, and especially when the villain's actor is very talented and need to be high paid. Not just because they came back to the film, because also because they did a very classic acting job in the previous film, and of course people love them. Uh, uh, Green Goblin, Doctor Octopus, and Electro are the main three villains in this film, and they all have a lot of talent in acting. If you have seen the film, you will know that I'm not joking. I'm serious. They kill it, and I got chill watching their parts, especially the actor Willem Dafoe has done an incredible job playing Green Goblin, who has double personality. For a actor to portray a double personality character is just not not easy. So I admire him very much. Third, the third part that interests me the most is that I thought Spider-Man and Doctor Strange was going to be like a partner, or like partners, or like Doctor Strange is Spider-Man's mentor to guide him through this crisis, or like a student relationship, or what, like the previous film, like what Iron Man was like to Spider-Man. But I was totally wrong, and they had a fought, like had a serious fought against each other. They had a very strong. They both had a very strong but opinion on a same thing, which is whether they are going to send the villains back to their world to die or try to save them. I think that's interesting to watch because they were like partners, like friends in previous films. I chose the importance of being earnest and heels like white elephants to discuss in this video, which are the materials we discuss in class. I think this film Spider-Man No Way Home is quite different from the importance of being earnest and heels like white elephants. I think it's obvious, like one is superhero film and the others weren't. Let's talk about the story part. Spider-Man have the elements like save the world and tragedy at the end for Peter, for the protagonist, which is quite different from the materials we read in class. I think the most similar part is that the three of them have stories. I think if we only talk about the love story part, Spider-Man and Heels like White Elephants, they both don't have a happy ending, but also definitely not a tragedy. only the importance of being earnest have a light tone throughout the story, and the lovers were pretty much all happy at the end of the story. I think that's the main difference